expect the same because the Green Bay Packers are a team that now, granted, they're a lot more improved in the run game, but it's still an area where you're going to be able to take advantage of some of their deficiencies. So I'm looking for a situation where Marshawn's going to have at least 3.5 yards per carry, first down, put the Seahawks in very good manageable positions on second and third down, not into a position where Russell Wilson is going to have to create something out of nothing and put himself in a position where he's going to be under duress, moving left, moving right on 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. You're probably going to look in like maybe at 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4.
Commando, can we please throw the ball deep to Tyler Lockett a couple times? How about that kid?
Please. I think you mean in the words of Winston Wolfe. Pretty please. With sugar on top. Throw the fucking ball down the field!
Exactly.
How about we just keep it simple? Instead of seeing screen passes to Doug Baldwin and Jermaine Kearse and having Tyler Lockett block, how about you have Doug Baldwin block or Jermaine Kearse block or even Chris Matthews block and run bubble screens to Tyler Lockett? Put the joystick in the hand. Put the joystick in the hands.
So you want him to be like a Percy Harvin?
If you have discernible talents and discernible speeds, and that is a weapon, yeah. Yeah, I mean, who would you rather see running screenplays? Do you want to see Doug Baldwin taking screen passes and Lockett blocking, or would you like to see a reverse?
I don't want to see screen passes. I think that's what Captain Acker was just saying. Let's get a direct line to the play caller and go.
But that's they take methodical shots downfield. It's not a chuck it. It's not a chuck it type of.
Well, they can be now that they got that speed. I mean, Lockett not only has speed, he has quicks, and he has the ability to run good routes.
Yeah.
And create space, So I just would like to see him try it more.
No, I'm with you. I mean, you haven't had this type of outside the numbers type of one-on-one speed since the days of Golden Tate. So I mean, you have the ability. He has that breakaway speed,
right?
To basically just to disengage at the point of impact, one-on-one down the field. So I mean, I don't see why they couldn't. I don't think you're going to see it. I just don't think Bevel's going to. Put Tyler Lockett in that position this early in his career.
Commander, what do they need to do with Jimmy Graham?
Everything they were doing in the second half of that Rams game.
They got a pretty good linebacking core in Green Bay. Rams line, they're probably pretty similar as far as talent goes. The Rams and the Packers at linebacker. So yeah, they can do a lot with Jimmy Graham. I want to see him get involved, like you said, earlier in the game.
Yeah.
Get a rhythm, get something going, make him start thinking about. I mean, God, there's so many options. You got Lynch, you got Lockett, you got Jimmy Graham. Then, Jermaine Kearse, who always comes up with the most miraculous of catches, he's got talent. I mean, they should be making teams guess and wonder and throw them off balance with all the talent they have.
And the guys that you just named off, again, those are down the field guys. I thought the whole Percy Harvin experiment was all that bubble screen, getting him in space, and he can tap dance his way and pick up yardage. I didn't know that was going to be the offense just for, the rest of the Seahawks offensive life. They have guys, as you just talked about, Steve, they've got guys that can, take you downfield. Jimmy Graham's one of them. We talked about last week. This was the guy who was saying, man, I'll go to arbitration. You got me on the depth chart as a tight end, a wide receiver, right? And so get that ball down to even when the yard marker, the yellow line, and they need a first down, they're still on third down throwing it short of the line, trying to get guys to then get the first down. Can you run a route at the sticks? Come back and make a play. That's just old school in the backyard football when we didn't have down markers.
Yeah, no, I mean you're right. I understand where you're coming from. The this whole bubble screen, smoke screen, whatever you want to call it, pretty much on every single down. But that's quintessential Pete Carroll offense. I mean he's been doing this all the way since his days in USC. It's put the hands in the ball of the guys that can make plays. So I mean, if it's a situation where you're in manageable distance and you have three blockers on the outside and a guy like Tyler Lockett who has the ability to make people miss, you're going to take advantage of that matchup. Now maybe they get a little too carried away with these screens, but I'm kind of with you. I mean, if you have a guy like Jermaine Kearse or Doug Baldwin who can run 6 yards to the sticks and cut to the sideline and the ball is going to be there, then go ahead and make that play. But if you have a talent like Tyler Lockett and you're not going to use him down the field and vertical, if you're not going to sit there and take methodical shots downfield because you don't want to put them in unfavorable matchups, if you have something decent on the outside where you can take advantage of it, why not do it?
I think the advantage for the Hawks is going to be special teams. I think
Yeah.
if Ty Lockett can get a punt return, he's got a chance, obviously, to rip one off. He can also get the field. The field position game is going to be huge at Lambeau, and I think the Hawks
Right.
can get the advantage through special teams. As long as Stephen Hauschka's not trying to kick an onside kick and then saying that he was supposed to kick it to the 15 and screwed up. Come on, man. He was kicking an onside kick from the minute he got out there on the
Well,
field.
yeah, guys,
I shaped it.
You gotta own stuff right
Yes, you
away,
do.
especially when you got that.
I was
many
tweeting, and
Yeah.
I was just kind of kicking in the
So-
breeze. I mean,
So the special teams obviously is a huge
Right.
advantage. Sunday night, though, I mean it's prime time. This is the whole nation. Once
Right.
again, all eyes on the Hawks. These are the games that Pete Carroll's
Always.
teams don't lose.
Always.
They win these
Yep,
games.
always.
It's like a magical mystery tour, as you would say, right?
Yeah.
They've got the number for primetime games. These guys like to be watched. They like to know that all eyes are on them. So that means the big-time players show up and make big-time plays in
Right.
big-time games. And this is one of them. Richard Sherman, Earl Thomas, Marshawn Lynch, Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson's got to be huge. I want to see a game like we saw last year in D.C. The 300-100 game.
Yeah.
Yep. Shake it off. Shake off this last loss because again, overtime. He's always been money in overtime. Late game situations, he had the ball in his hand, couldn't cash in twice. I think twice in the last minute and a half. He had the ball twice, couldn't
Yeah.
cash in. Once in overtime, shake it off. The other thing that is a must in this game: red zone offense. You have
Oh, yeah.
you have
Oh,
Jimmy
yeah.
Graham at your disposal. There is no excuses for 3 points when you have it. When you have
Absolutely.
those type of playmakers with inside the red zone. And I get it, right? It's a short field. Things you probably don't have that type of vision as you do in the open field. But red zone offense is something that absolutely has to improve. And I mean, it doesn't necessarily matter if Green Bay has two guys blinking in Jimmy Graham. Put the ball by his hands.
Throw it up.
Let him use that vertical to come back. I mean,
hoopster.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
red zone offense.
Oh man, the worst thing about Sunday nights is waiting until Sunday night to watch your team.
The
man.
complete
I
opposite
gotta
of
be
last
honest.
week.
I gotta be honest. I enjoyed getting up and that being the first game of the day. And,
That was nice last week, wasn't
Yeah.
it? It was 10 o'clock. Boom.
Get going. So tailgating,
opposite.
all that stuff here in Seattle. People are going to be going to bars or friends' houses, parties. They're going to be doing it up all day long, watching the morning game, the afternoon game, and then by Sunday night, these people are going to be on tilt. They're going to have plenty of these Obsidian Stouts inside them. What are you guys doing for the game, Commando? I know you like to do it up. What's your plan?
Man, Mark Collins has been blowing up my phone to meet him and NordCam. That's why I've got my NordCam
Yeah,
credential.
show them up.
I have one of those, otherwise you don't have one.
Is that for the movie premiere?
Yeah.
Cool. I didn't get one of those. Come on, Norb.
You don't need one.
I haven't seen the
you're
thing,
the,
man.
You're the captain,
I like
man.
that. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I know. The
That's
only thing
cool.
though that I wish they had was the poster itself on there.
Oh yeah,
So
that'd be
that would
nice.
have been real tight.
Yeah.
But yeah, down at the Blue Bistro down there at Lushside.
Blue Water
Lake
Bistro,
Lushide. Yeah, Blue Water Bistro.
Yeah.
So probably go down there and join those guys and see what's cracking.
I'll be at work, man. You know how I
Oh,
roll.
that's right. Listen,
Yeah.
for people that don't know, Insider Steve's a grinder. This dude works like all the time, every day.
Yeah.
That's all he does.
Well, I mean, that's the life of a chef, man. I mean, you got to be where the action's at. I mean, that's exactly what it is, man. I've been doing this since I was 8 years old. Knee-high to a grasshopper. I've been in the kitchen. The thing about it is, I mean, if you're looking for it, especially for all those that are in the Snohomish County area, the Everett area, more to be specific, if you're looking for a place to come check us out at Sporty's. No big deal. I mean, a lot of food specials, a lot of drink specials. You get my food, so I mean that's not bad.
And that's how good of a chef he is. Serve it to you good. I'm going to be with you. Blue Water Bistro.
There you go.
With Mark Collins
All right.
and Norb Cam, and apparently there are beverages and food for free.
Oh wow, really? Well, maybe I'll take the day off.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah,
But how do you like to watch a game? Because typically, like I didn't want to go, but I like Collins and Norb so much. I
Right.
wanted to spend the day with them.
Right.
I like to. For years and years, home games I'd be in the press box, which was cool because you have to be quiet in there. You can focus on the game. When I'm watching a road game at home, I like to be alone. I like to be by myself in front of the TV. I don't even like people in the other room. I'm just a solitary guy when it comes to watching my team. How do you like to watch a game normally?
I'm complete opposite. Well, and I'll tell you why. I'm a tape delay guy. And so I don't like the commercials. As you know, on WeTheFans.com, the official sports fan union, for years we fought against the NFL blackout policy, and I came to the conclusion one of the best ways was to black out commercials of NFL games by switching the channel.
Counter the blackout with a blackout.
Right, and so now with DVRs and whatnot, that is very possible. And I won't get into the flip side of how you can really have fans be represented at the collective bargaining agreement table through this, but I like to delay it so I can fast forward through the commercials. And so in that instance, when we'll be with a group of people over there at the game on Sunday night, I'll tape it here and then, you know,
Really
run
watch
through
it.
Yeah, really watch
Yeah.
it. Even when I am here.